Hello Geeks and Gamers, Matt Lemke here with 2Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today we're going to play a demo of Dark Gothic, which is a unique game. I'm going to call it a resource and deck management game. It's pretty unique. Your goal is to acquire the most investigation points through the course of the game while defeating villains and not letting the villains overrun the world. There is some things. This is how you basically set up the board, and for space I'm setting it up differently than they recommend in the book. These are training cards that you can acquire, and acquire is a key word in the game. It basically means you purchase it. This is a minion that is always here to help you filter through your deck by destroying cards. These are where the villains are. This is called the center line, and these are where you can acquire cards, basically, and effectively build your deck. I already set up and picked it up. This is where most of the cards are going to come to for the center line from here. Right here will be the crypt, which is effectively your graveyard. And over here, oh shoot, I don't remember the name. It'll be called the shadows. They actually have the shadows right next to the villains, but I prefer it above so I can fan the cards out. And basically what the shadows are is your clock of whether or not you're going to beat the villains. The only way to get things into the shadows is by having cards tell you to put cards there. For example, we'll zoom in real quick on this card since. Okay, he has a mystery event, which at the start of the game doesn't mean anything because you're just setting up the board. But had this card been acquired and its brother or its copy was put here, this mystery event would happen right off the bat as soon as it comes into play. But then when you play this card from your hand, you can draw 2 cards and roll the omen die. If you roll a skull, add 1 of those cards to the shadows. Now, at any point in time there's 10 cards in the shadows, the game is over and you've lost. It is a semi-cooperative game, I will say. Now, the way you pick your heroes is at random. So there's going to be a player that is going to be playing Katrina Clark and a player playing Adriana Zartha. And those are the 2 heroes for the game. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to zoom in, like overlap the center line here a little bit, and we're going to show you how to build their decks real quick. Their starting decks use these start cards that have 0 investigative points, and this is a resource. There are basically 4 resources in the game, which I'll get into in a second. We're going to start by building her deck, which is 4 combat, 4 combat cards, 4 cunning cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 spirit cards, and 2 honor. Early on, honor are like broken. Now we're going to build Adriana's deck, which is also 4 combat. It is also 4 cunning. She gets 3 spirit and 1 honor. You might also note that each of these 2 characters has special abilities, and you get to use them at the appropriate times that you see fit. Now, I'm not going to shuffle her just yet because I'm going to go over the resources real quick. We're going to zoom in and cover the 4 types of resources. Well, there's 3 resources and a wild resource, basically. And what these do is these meet your costs. I'm going to grab a card out of the middle of the deck. For example, this character requires 2 cunning and 2. Oops, my bad. 2 cunning and 2 spirit to purchase. Now, this card can be either 1 cunning or 1 spirit. Basically, this can represent any color, just like you would expect a wild card to represent. Also, there are wild cards in the casting cost where you can use any 1 color. For example, this is a 4 wild to purchase. You could have 4 cunning or 4 spirit, but the way I understand it, you can't have 2 and 2 to purchase this character. And I'll shuffle her deck. I'm going to table shuffle real quick. A couple times. Early on, there's a lot of shuffling in the game. So we're going to try and speed that up a little bit. Maybe cut it out altogether. And I'm going to set her off to the side. And I'm going to roll the Omen die. I'm going to put her over here with her deck next to her so we don't get as much confusion. I'm going to roll the Omen die over here. She actually has a 4. And she has a 3. A little bit about the Omen die. It goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it has 2 skulls. Skulls usually mean bad things happen. So, Adriana gets to go first. She will draw 6 cards. It is in your best interest to use all 6 cards. She has the option of acquiring something from the center line or acquiring tactical strike training cards. Or she can attack the Hungry Dead, who has a fight ability that allows you to destroy a card. It is a little bit early for her to be destroying cards in her hand. So she is just going to go ahead and go purchase 2... Oh wait, before we do that we have to flip over the villain. This villain is a Creeping Terror. It's a demon. He requires 5 fight, 2 spirit, and 1 cunning to destroy. Anytime an ally enters the center line, roll the Omen die. On the roll of a skull, destroy it. So he's not somebody you want around too long. He's also with 6 points. So she's going to go ahead right off the bat. She's going to buy what she's going to need to defeat him, which is 2 fight and a cunning. And those are acquired, so they go into your graveyard. And you're done with your turn, so all your cards go in your graveyard. And you draw back up to 6. That's her hand. I'm going to cover her up like that. Katrina should have already drawn her 6 cards. She, however, has... Well, she's got 3 fight and... Interesting. So she can do... She's going to go ahead and use the 3 fight, acquire the Timberwolves, put them in the graveyard. Then, she's going to play her Honor, and she's going to draw a card from the top of her deck, and it's a green. So she'll be able to use this as a green. Green, green. What I should have done is done that right away. This duplicates the effect of 1 card. We're actually going to zoom in on the playing field a little bit more so it's easier for you to see. And we're going to focus there for most of the game, I guess. I guess I got to zoom out just a hair. Colors on the card are sometimes a little hard to see, so actually, she's going to use the 3 green to buy one of the training cards. She'll buy Brilliant Deduction. That is acquired. It goes into her graveyard. And then all of her cards will be discarded and go into the graveyard because once you have done that, you must discard. You don't keep any hand from turn to turn. Everything is always discarded. So it's in your best interest to use everything. She can draw 5 cards, so she has to shuffle table shuffle a couple times. And draw one card. It is now player 1's turn, who has an honor card, 3 blue, in the red. So let's see here. What can she do? She can do a lot of stuff. She's going to actually use the honor card to draw a card, so she has to shuffle. And she draws Strength of Cunning. So let's see here. What can she do? She'll buy this event because it's really good. She'll acquire that event by using those 4 cards. It goes into her graveyard. These cards actually stay out until the end of the turn because they might be important and affect some other things in gameplay. Center line is replenished. She has 2 combat. She's going to go ahead and buy the gear flintlock. Acquire the flintlock. That'll go to the graveyard. Wow, it's another flintlock. And she only has 1 left. She can't do anything with it, so she's just going to discard it and end her turn and draw 6 cards. Player 2's turn. This is the second turn of the game. Player 2 has a Strength of Combat, Strength of Cunning, 1 Honor, another Strength of Cunning, a Strength of Spirit, and the Wolves. So this is actually pretty interesting here. We're going to kill the villain. That's what we're going to do. 3. Oh, no, we're not. We don't have the ability. Well, wait, maybe we do. He gets to draw a card for honor. And that's a 2. And draws 2 for the brilliant deduction. So we're not actually going to be able to kill the villain because at best we have 3 combat. But we can do a lot of other things. We have 4 cunning, which will allow us to acquire the dueling saber. Then we have the center line to replenish. Wow. Well, let's see here. 3, 4, 5, and I'm 1 shy. That's too bad. So we'll go with On the Hunt. We'll go the 3 to meet the wild card. And no, we won't because he doesn't have the green. So we'll go like this. We'll go 4 to meet the wild card, and we'll acquire Power of Fear. Oh, the ally entered play. Roll the omen die. She's alive. Flip over the center line, and it's a 3. He's going to go ahead and acquire Endurance, which is a remains in play card. Another ally enters. She's fine. That ends Katrina's turn. She draws 6 new cards. It is now Adriana's turn. She is going to go ahead and start. Oops, I didn't replenish the center line. Minion with a fight ability. She is going to start by playing her ally, which is roll an omen die, and you may draw cards equal to the number rolled. Which in this case, it's a 2. So she's going to go ahead and draw 2 more cards, and she ends up with 2 Strength of Cunning. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump to some combat here. We're going to zoom in on her ability. Enhanced Senses. You may discard up to 2 cards from your hand to gain 1 wild, each toward defeating a minion or villain. Wow. So let's see what she's got in her hand now. She has Honor, 2 combat, 3 combat. She'll play a gear. This gear gives her either a combat or a cunning resource. I think that's cunning. And she has 2 strength of cunning, along with 1 intuitive hunch. So let's see what we can do here. We have 1, 2, 2 red, 3 red. Oh, draw a card. 1, 2, 3. Draw a strength of combat. Now we're going to see what we can do here. For Honor, you get to draw a card. She'll draw a strength of combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will meet the requirement for the villain, which I'm going to lay over the center line. That's 5. 1 strength of cunning will meet the green. 2. Oops, that's not 5. 1, 2, 4. Oh, I guess it is 5. 5. The 1 strength of cunning and the 1 spirit, or 2 spirit, will defeat this beast. Now, this beast has a fight ability. You may acquire any 1 ally from the crypt for free, which there is nothing in the crypt, so it's not going to happen. Now, this is defeated. This will go underneath your hero, and at the end of the game, she'll have 6 points plus whatever's in her deck. At this point, there's only the ability for her to use 2 resources, and there's nothing on the table, so she'll end her turn. She'll draw up 6 cards. This villain will flip over. There is a new global effect that reads, anytime an ally is acquired, roll the omen die. On the roll of a skull, add the top card to the main deck of shadows. Katrina's turn. 3, 6. And we're going to probably make this the last turn. Oh, 7. Alright. Draw 3 cards. Every other hero may draw 1 card. So she gets to draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. She's got some good stuff going on here. You can see that filtering through your deck is very important. Honor. She'll draw another card. She has another honor. Sweet. She draws another card. It's the event that lets her roll the omen die. It's a 2. Katrina has the ability to re-roll the omen die once a turn, but she has to accept the second roll. She's going to go ahead and accept the 2 because it allows her to draw 2 more cards, which might be enough to do what she's trying to do, which is a strength of cunning. She's got 2 more combat cards and another strength of cunning. I'm pretty sure she's going to be able to do what she wants to do this turn, and that is destroy this villain, who doesn't have a fight ability, which is very rare. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to hit the green, and this goes underneath her for victory later in the game. She also has 4 combat left. She's going to grab the demon. She's going to acquire the demon. Goes to her graveyard. All those cards go to her graveyard. Katrina Clark's turn. And Katrina Clark has some stuff going on. she has a really good hand. She has Crossroads, which allows her to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. The other hero may draw 3 cards, and I think, wow, she has the ally, Lucy Hennock. She has the Timberwolves, and she has a whole bunch of honor. So 1, 2, 3 honor, which will allow her to draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. We're going to attempt to kill the beast here. 1, 2, 3. 3 blue. We're going to play Gibbering Evil, which says I may discard a card, destroy a card in my hand, or discard my discard pile. We have Sophie, who is apparently really good. She allows me to roll the Omen die and gain wild resources. I gained 3, so I'm just going to leave the Omen die on her. Another minion, Strike. Every other hero must discard the top card of their deck. And we have 2 strength in combat. So let's see here. 1, 2. Well, there's 3, 6 blue. That meets the first requirement. We'll zoom in on the bad guy so you can see the bad guy. We have the 3 wild blue, 2 blue from the ally, and 1 blue there for a total of 6. And then we have 1, 2, 2 of the red, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. Therefore, that defeats the monster. Has a fight ability. All ally cards you have played this turn are destroyed at the end of the fight. Well, that's not cool. That's bad. That might actually make me lose the game. And we'll get into that in a second. I played 2 ally cards, so I'm going to set those off to the side. And then I have, this will go underneath Katrina. We have a red. We have 3 red. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. Oh well, that's the way I said I did it. We have 3 red and 1 colorless. So that's really it. It has to end his turn. So the allies go to the crypt. And then you add up your points. And we're going to do that real quick. And we're going to zoom in to do that. And the way you do that is you take your villains that you've killed, and you take that number there. That's 6 points. And then you go through your deck, and what I do is I flip it over like this, and I remove all the zeros because they're zeros, and I make it move a little bit faster, I think. At least I think so. And this is why filtering your deck can be important. Actually, I don't think there's any way she won. Adriana has 1. She has 7 points there. Plus 9 is 16. Plus 6 is 22. Plus 2, 4, 6, 8 is 30 points. Yeah, she's going to be hard-pressed to beat Katrina Clark, who has 17 right off the bat. 18. 19. 20. 21. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 2, 4, 6, 8, 29, and 3 is 32. So even though the second player killed 2 villains, it was a very close game. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. every Monday is board game day, so stop back soon. Check us out. We're going to have more how-tos coming. Let me know how it did. Some tips. I'm a one-man show. So I don't have a lot of space. Basically, right now, all I have is the top-down view. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.